Hello. Today I'm going to share something really personal that I've experienced on my journey, and it involves an individual who is no longer in my life because what you have to do is you have to have boundaries, and sometimes you have to demand some people to respect your boundaries, and you have to remind them of how high the stakes are for you and your life. And you need to remind them also of, how things are going to go in your life and what's going to fly and what's not. So when we're talking about dating and we're talking about mixing and mingling with people who are essentially strangers to us, we're talking about online dating. We're talking about any type of dating scenario where hopefully you are intentionally dating, meaning you're looking for your soulmate, you're looking for your partner, you're actively taking the necessary steps to honor yourself and the other party. This is not always going to be the case for everybody. Like, not everyone has your best interest. Not everyone is looking for their soulmate and means business. When it comes to dating, I mean business. Like, there's no way around it. Like, there's no conversation if we're not talking about the necessary parts to what it takes to have a healthy, lifelong partnership. And I can tell you, it's most likely not going to be found online. I know everyone wants to act like that's totally acceptable. And they want to act like, oh, but there's some people that I know that are in relationships and yada yada, and they met online. And I'm just like, okay, so is it a holy relationship? Is it wholesome? Is it healthy? Is it well-rounded? Does it represent equality? Does it involve God? Does it involve any sort of loyalty or respect or consistency? Like, what level of relationship are we talking here? So anyways, I have now dated like 5 different people. This was like a while ago. I've now dated 5 different people from online, and not only did none of them work out, but they were like complete disasters, like complete embarrassments for someone who's intentionally dating and who is like a supportive person, like a genuine person, just like whatever. So I'm just going to touch on one of my experiences with one of these individuals, and they definitely came from online, and they would come over and we would meet up, and they would come to Philly, and like they would kind of like drive for like 2 hours, or like take a bus for like 3 hours, or whatever it was, wherever they were, and so this person worked in the music industry, and they had celebrity friends and celebrity connections and yada yada. And they were also a 3rd degree Freemason. And if you know about Freemasons, you pretty much would know that they're not Christian by a long shot. But this person was posing as if they were Christian, and they're a Freemason. So there's always the duality, right? The enemy works in dualities. So this person was obviously, not a holy person, because what are they doing? They're worshiping they're claiming to worship 2 separate sides at the same time. So this person, if you know about Freemasonry, you know that there's 33 levels. Most of the presidents, if not all, were Freemasons. And all of them had gone through the necessary initiations to be able to get to the 33rd level. And so this person, though, they acted like they were better than me right off the bat. They acted like I owed them something right off the bat, as if I was indebted to them. Like, the red flags just start to come up, you know? And this person was, like, really unhealthy. Like, they would eat really unhealthy food, wouldn't drink any water, only, like, soda and juice. And they would, whatever, they were just bad news. Like, they would complain about money, yet they had made a bunch of money and spent it all. I'm just like, dude, like, you're saying you're Christian and that you know all these different ways to spread happiness and spread joy, and you're an awesome person to have in someone's life, and that, oh, so he would be like, this is so embarrassing. He would be like, I'm an entrepreneur, so, and I'm traveling to see you, so you should, like, want to suck my dick, and you should, like, want to do this stuff for me, like, do these sexual favors. And I was like, wow, except for the fact that I'm not a porn star and I'm not a prostitute, and that that we're standing in my apartment that I pay for, and you're just a stranger off the streets, off online dating, who is a Freemason who works in the music industry, and you want to tell me that I owe you those favors? Really? And then you want to say that you're a man. Okay, so we have someone who's like 4 years older than me. They're always older, yet act like children. They're always older, yet have no concept of how to manage their money. Like, what? Like, get over yourself. It's no one else's fault but yours that you made $200K and spent it all. Like, this is why people need God. This is why people who are working for the enemy will never find him, because they're literally wasting their blessings and running through it like it's nothing, like it doesn't matter. And without respect for other people and other people's bodies. Like, this person was so dirty that they were, like, literally living with a prostitute in New York City for, like, a couple months. And, like, come on, like, this is just not the type of person that we deserve. Like, and then they want to circle back around. Even after you draw the line, and even after you explain what your boundaries are, and that you're only looking for something true and something real and something sent from God, not sent from the enemy, please. Someone who, you know, is like you and provides unconditional support for people and does the right thing and brings and elevates people. Meanwhile, we have a Freemason on our hands who manipulates people, manipulates these poor artists into working for him when they're not guaranteed anything in return. They're not guaranteed shit. He sends their songs to radio stations. They're not guaranteed. They're never going to play it. Like, don't even get me started on the radio at this point. But yeah, like, this person has, like, high level celebrity connections, and I'm just like, it's overwhelming when you start to find out these people's true identities and, like, how they roll and how they treat people. And you have to be faced with hell on earth, and you have to speak to these demons themselves, and you have to demand that they leave. Because they will keep circling and circling back around to see, oh, did they come to their senses yet? Oh, are they still vulnerable as fuck? Oh, is there still a chance that I can get to them? Like, this type of mentality. And you have to literally stand your ground demand your boundaries. And those are the boundaries. Those are the gates. Deal with it. These are the rules. Like, you can't just lead a life of lawlessness with no responsibility and no accountability. So these are things that you're going to run into in your adult life with adults that are walking around acting like adults, but they're actually children on the inside. So we'll have someone who's 50 who's actually 15 mentally and on the inside, like their heart is a 15-year-old boy's heart. And then we'll have a 36-year-old who is a professional person and yada yada, but they're actually 12 on the inside. And their emotional intelligence is at a 12-year-old's. They're psychologically stunted at that part in their development neurologically. And then we'll have someone who's 30, who's a Freemason and works in the music industry, and is actively on all the online dating platforms, probably manipulating who knows how many people. And they're actually, they're 30, but they actually act like they're 9 years old, 10 if we're lucky. This person would leave like rice all over my floor, for example. Like, they would spill it and not clean it up. Like, what? Like, people, you just don't know how people really are, and you just need to protect yourself. Like, keep those gates high and keep your boundaries set in place, because it's not about you and them. It's about you doing the right thing for your own destiny. Like, I swear, I've probably been, like, God is probably holding my soulmate from me this whole time until I learn all of these harsh lessons, until I finally get it through my head that what is real love, and what real love is, and what real support is, and what, what is best for me. Like, you have to only be thinking about, and this is not to be selfish at all, because being selfish is wicked. It's full of sin. Being selfish is the exact opposite of where you want to be. So these dudes who are selfish, they're missing the point from its very foundation. They're missing the mark on life from the very basic levels of the support system, of the support chain. Therefore, they're missing the entire thing built above it too. So they can't see clearly, and they're going to blame it on you and try and drag you down. And you need to stand your ground, keep your boundaries up, send them love, but also, you can also tell them to go, because they don't have your best interest. And they know it. So they'll gladly leave. And if they don't, block them. Because if they're really for you, and they're really sent from God, and they're really for your highest destiny and your highest calling, and they are part of your soul and soul family, they're not going to be rude as fuck like this and take you for granted and degrade you and demand that you do sexual favors for them. And they're definitely not going to come from the enemy, smelling like shit, looking like a wreck, mismanaging everything about themselves, mismanaging their careers, their sex lives, their money lives, the whole thing. They completely just have no concept. And they're running around like little kids in these adult bodies, desperate as hell, looking for love, and not wanting to put in the work that it takes, the respect that it takes, the levels that it takes, okay? So just remind yourself that you need to set a healthy foundation, and that's for all 4 types of love, not just eros, and not just the sexual part, not just for people who are, you know, in your life 1 minute and out the next. Like, you have to really test these people, and you have to be able to be strong enough to let them go, and you need to be able to bless them and send them on their way, because they're not for you. Okay? So this is about raising your standards, but also leading a holy, wholesome life. And if you really want what's best for yourself, then you need to live in love, and you need to respect the spiritual world as well, and have respect for the boundaries that God is setting. The boundaries are there for a reason. And if you're not going to respect them, what do you think is going to happen? So, this was not supposed to be like me scolding you guys. This was just supposed to be me. I just get so angry when I run into people who are from the enemy. Like, I'm sick of it. And I'm glad that I can now identify it. And I'm glad that I was exposed to this Freemason bullshit lifestyle of music industry bullshit, fake, demonic type entities that literally infiltrate pop culture and manipulate people's cultures through psychological warfare. I mean, I'm uploading some other videos on the different biological and psychological warfare that's going on. You just need to, you know, keep your circle very clean. Keep your house clean, keep your body clean, keep the people around you clean and safe, and eating healthy, and just do your best, and just, you know, hang in there if you are involved in some of these demonic people and some of these people running in these secret societies. Just know who they are, be able to identify them, and, you know, remove them from your everyday life and let them go and wish them the best. That's all you can do. Okay? Thank you. Bye.